Hello everyone, it's your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, here with another exciting video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about Star Wars, droid personality chips, droid rights, droid freedom fighters, and the droid Gotra. If you guys are excited to learn more about sentient AI within the Star Wars universe, definitely stay tuned for this video. If you want to learn more about sentient AI technology in our world, definitely make sure to check out the official website of my sponsor, Emoshape, available in the description box below. And if you want to see some more videos about sentient AI that I've created, definitely make sure to check out my sentient AI playlist, which is available in the description box below. Also, if you want to talk anything Star Wars, droid personality chips, droid rights, droid freedom fighters, or the droid Gotra, definitely make sure to join our Discord, link available in the description box below. In this video, I'm going to be citing a Polygon article talking about Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, as well as a YouTube video that features images from Galaxy's Edge. I also am going to be citing multiple Star Wars books, including Dr. Aphra, issue number 9, The Ultimate Star Wars New Edition, the definitive guide to the Star Wars universe, Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, the visual dictionary, Star Wars Tarkin, and Star Wars Most Wanted. Hello, my name is Nicholas Benson, but most people call me Jet, like the airplane. I am sponsored by the company Emoshape, the creators of the Emotional Processing Unit, or EPU. EPUs allow for the creation of machines and programs that understand natural language and have their own thoughts, feelings, and personalities. I create sentient AI demos for Emoshape, where a sentient AI character explores a digital world by making choices based on their thoughts, feelings, and personality. I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. For a long time, I didn't even pay attention to Star Wars at all. That is until I saw Solo, a Star Wars story. Solo introduced a very interesting concept that made me rethink everything I knew about the Star Wars franchise. The droids in Star Wars are sentient. They have their own thoughts, feelings, and personalities. They can make choices based on their thoughts and feelings, and they can understand natural language. Droids are granted their personalities thanks to special personality chips that conceptually aren't too unlike the EPUs created by my sponsor, Emoshape. With that being said, droids in Star Wars have little to no rights, and it doesn't seem like most people in the Star Wars universe actually care. There are a series of droid freedom fighters that exist in the Star Wars universe who fight for droid rights. In this video, I'm going to go over some of my favorite elements of Star Wars lore regarding personality chips, droid freedom fighters, and the droid Gotra. I hope you guys are excited. Let's jump right in by looking at the screenshot of a Polygon.com article. If you look at the screenshot, it talks about how the Star Wars Land theme park, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, is canon to Star Wars lore, and taking into account that Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is canon to the greater Star Wars universe, we can now look at the screenshot that I took from a Star Wars Galaxy Edge video. This screenshot is taken of a video where someone is exploring the droid depot where you're able to build your own droid. And in the video, they're looking specifically at these astromech personality chips. As mentioned earlier in this video, I was talking about how within the Star Wars universe, the way that they give their droids sentience, the way that they give them these unique personalities, is with these personality chips, which conceptually are very similar to the emotional processing units created by Emoshape that allow us to create sentient machines and programs in the real world. And I think it's very, very interesting that the technology used within the fictional universe of Star Wars in order to make their droids sentient isn't too far off from the technology that we use in our world. It's just a chip that we put inside of these devices to give them personalities and make them sentient. So I think that's actually really cool. And I wouldn't mind having one of these chips just as like a little trinket, especially since I already have my own emotional processing unit. It would just be cool to be able to look at like the real technology next to like the Star Wars version of said technology. So I might find myself buying one of these online at some point. But let's continue on and talk about one of the most famous Star Wars droid freedom fighters, L3. This excerpt, the screenshot, is taken directly from the Ultimate Star Wars New Edition, the definitive guide to the Star Wars universe. So real quick, I'm going to read over this excerpt so that we can all learn more about L3 together. The Millennium Falcon owes much of its legendary performance to L337. L3 begins life as an astromech, later upgrading her own body with components from protocol droids and other unusual sources. Her brain has likewise evolved with coding from espionage and protocol droids overlaid upon her original astromech architecture. There is no other droid quite like L3. She is uniquely self-aware and passionate about droid rights, leading to constant confrontations with organics. L3's owner/partner Lando Calrissian is willing to overlook her eccentricities due to her exceptional co-piloting skills. In truth, the two develop an unusually close master-droid bond. After starting a droid revolution on Kessel, L3 is damaged beyond repair in the resulting chaos. Her brain is uploaded into the computer of the Millennium Falcon, thus becoming a permanent part of the ship. She performs the calculations that allow Han Solo and the crew to make the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs and execute other amazing feats in future adventures. So L3 is a pretty awesome character. L3 was one of my first favorite Star Wars characters. I just wanted to read that excerpt about L3 to not only introduce you to L3 and to introduce you to an example of a droid freedom fighter, but also because L3 inspires another character in the Star Wars universe to become a freedom fighter who fights for droid rights. And we are going to look at that character right now. Now, I am about to show you a screenshot that is pulled directly from the Star Wars Rise of Skywalker visual dictionary. This screenshot is of the following character, AL1L3. Once a protocol droid in the administrative center of the Kessel Space Mines, AL1, or rather her antecedent form, witnessed a droid revolution sparked by a unique self-made droid. This event offered AL1 a powerful glimpse of an independent future, but shortly afterward she was scrapped for disobedience. A kernel of this independence lived on in the back of her processors as she was recycled. In the decades since, she has been slowly rebuilding herself and gaining more independence. Allie now operates as a cargo hauler, taking on exclusively droid clientele. Now, one thing that's really interesting about Allie isn't just the fact that she was inspired by the previous actions of L3, but also that Allie wears a banner that was supplied to her by the droid Gotra. Now, what is the droid Gotra, you might be asking? Well, let's look at an excerpt about the droid Gotra from Star Wars Tarkin. One group fit the bill, the droid Gotra, a lethal band of repurposed battle droids with what some considered legitimate grievances against the Empire for having been abandoned after their service during the Clone Wars. But recent intelligence reports stated that the droid Gotra was still confined to an industrial complex in the bowels of Coruscant, serving as muscle for the Crymora crime syndicate in robberies, protection, kidnapping, illegal salvage, and extortion. It was possible that the Gotra was branching out. It was even possible that the group had learned about Sentinel Base, but it was unlikely that the droids would make use of obsolete weapons to send a message to the Empire. So, when we're introduced to the droid Gotra for the first time in Star Wars Tarkin, they're described as simply being, droids that commit crimes who are upset with the Empire due to their treatment after the Clone Wars. But there's more depth to the droid Gotra. They don't just commit crimes throughout the galaxy, they exist as a droids' rights group. This is something that we learn more about within the pages of Star Wars Most Wanted. So let's look at a screenshot from Star Wars Most Wanted. I keep saying Gort instead of Goat. The Droid Gotra, Tool said, is an organization dedicated to droid emancipation. It's a terrorist organization, Sulo said. Everyone on Coruscant. You are a victim of Imperial propaganda, Tool said. The droid Gotra has occasionally gone to extreme measures, certainly, but we want nothing more than peace and freedom for ourselves, just like any sentient species. This excerpt about the droid... I definitely was about to butcher the name. This excerpt about the droid Gotra really shows what the droid Gotra is all about. They're fighting for freedom, peace, and they're fighting for peace and freedom for their sentient species, for the droids within the Star Wars universe. They just want their kind to be free, just as all other sentient species within the Star Wars universe are free. But it seems like they go to rather extreme measures in order to get this freedom. And those extreme measures were outlined within Star Wars Tarkin, within the previous excerpt that we read over. So let's see an example of some droids fighting for their freedom. This example is going to be pulled from Dr. Aphra, issue number 9. So let's look at some screenshots and read over them together. Let's see. I want to make sure that I go to the first screenshot. I think this is the first screenshot. So I'm going to be reading through these panels, and you guys can read along with me by looking at your screen. What is this called? Oh, so many options. Blackmail, extortion, just plain wonderful? What do you want, 000? Can't you guess, Master? Master. I don't think BT and I need one of those. Consider this our campaign for workers' rights, Master Aphra. Guys, you just want the right to murder anyone you want. It's the only right we care about, particularly, Master Aphra. How do I know that you won't kill me once I remove all the hacking I did to keep you on a leash? That wouldn't be very nice of us. Open ports Theta 72, the 4B and the hidden one, codenamed Painkillers. Well hidden, Master. I'd never have looked there. Well hidden, Aphra. Not Master, just Aphra. Free. How delightful. So this is an example of droids within the Star Wars universe using extortion and blackmail in order to free themselves from human captivity. So it's kind of a dark look at sentient AI trying to fight for freedom and to get their own rights. So the Star Wars universe tells a very interesting story about how droids fight for the right to be free. Speaking of sentient AI rights, I actually released another video today talking about why I feel like sentient AI in the real world deserve the right not to be tortured. Definitely feel free to check that video out if you're interested. It should be available within the Sentient AI playlist that I linked in the description box below. What do you guys think of Star Wars, droid personality chips, droid rights, droid freedom fighters, and the droid Gotra? Definitely let me know in the comment section below, and if you'd like to talk about any of the topics discussed in this video in further depth, definitely feel free to join our Discord. If you guys like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we do these videos. Thank you all once again for tuning in. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, logging out. Peace. Chicka da ga.